Welcome everyone. Hello. If you're able to, we'd appreciate it if you put your camera on so we can see your faces, we can see each other. It's good to meet everyone. I see a few parents in the Zoom room. I'm glad. Thank you for being here. We'll get started in just a minute as people are coming in. All right, I think we'll go ahead and get started. We have a lot of information to cover. Once again, thank you so much for being here, for signing up for STEP. We're going to share a lot of information, and hopefully you'll get a chance to meet our staff. My name is Luther Richmond. I'm an EOP counselor and coordinator. I coordinate our American Indian and Indigenous Cultural Resource Center, as well as the STEP program. I am originally from Santa Barbara. I was born and raised. I'm a third generation Santa Barbaran. My maternal grandmother was born here in SB. I went to UCSB. I graduated in 2007, and I was in your seat 21 years ago as an incoming Frosh attending STEP. Like I mentioned, I graduated in 2007 with a bachelor's in communication. And I remember being a first year student at Frosh, and I was a little confused. I was pretty anxious, and I was really nervous about how things were going to go, how I was going to do, how things were going to be at UCSB. And so I come into STEP with that type of energy to really help, and something that I love doing, helping incoming first year students. Um, Really quick, something about me, a lot of students ask, like, why do students come into EOP or to an EOP counselor? And that reason can vary. So that's anything from personal, academic, financial, graduate school preparation, career exploration, really any reason, in addition to helping to serve students navigate the university and where to find resources, right? So I want to acknowledge our parents here. Like I mentioned, I see some parents here, and want to acknowledge your concerns and your maybe some uncertainty. So any questions, please, we'll save them for the end, and we'll have time to connect. We'd like to make this as interactive as possible, without taking up your whole evening. So at the end, when we do questions, feel free, please do not be shy. We'll all get to know each other real soon. And so if we can go to the next slide, I'll just review the agenda a little bit. Here's what we'll be doing. The rest of the staff will have a chance to introduce themselves. We'll go over the STEP mission and history because that's important to understand. We'll go over a program overview, what everyone is really here for, like what are we going to do during STEP? What's the schedule going to be like? You should have received the email with the PDF of the schedule already. If you haven't, please check your email. But I should mention that there is going to be a new schedule shared with minor updates. Like I think there were a couple typos on the one that was sent out. So we will be sharing the new one tonight. And after that, we'll go over COVID-19 protocols and other safety protocols, just for peace of mind, and so that you really know what to expect and what to do in any of those events. And then lastly, we'll go over move-in. So like what to bring, the transportation situation, and parking, things like that. All right. But without further ado, we'll get started, and I'd like to pass it over to our EOP director, Aaron Jones.
Thank you, Luther. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Congratulations. This is one of our first opportunities to really engage with you all directly. I just want to say that the achievement that you have by being accepted to the University of California, Santa Barbara is nothing to shake a stick at. And so we want to congratulate you all students, want to congratulate parents and families and guardians for the great work that you have done. And then we will continue to support you all holistically as you move through the your undergraduate tenure. So again, my name is Aaron Jones. I use he, him, his pronouns. I'm originally from San Francisco, but I'm also alum of UC Santa Barbara, both of my undergraduate and graduate work. And as Luther had already indicated, and others here as well, there are many alums who have chosen to come back to UCSB to work in various capacities, and particularly with the Educational Opportunity Program. And as also Luther indicated, 35 years ago, I was in your seats where you were, although we weren't on a virtual platform then. In fact, I don't think we even had pagers then at that point. But I say that to say many of us have gone through not only EOP but have been steppers, and it will be said over and over again, and it's true. You have the opportunity to really be able to get familiar with the campus, and will probably be meeting people that you may know for the rest of your lives. Myself personally, there are about 12 of us who are literally still in Santa Barbara, who all met in the summer of 1989 at STEP. That's a couple quick points I wanted to, encourage you all to consider. One, um, be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. So you're coming into a new environment. There are going to be a lot of opportunities, a lot of information going to be thrust upon you, and you're going to have the opportunity to really engage with the world in ways that you have not had the opportunity to yet. So be willing to step outside your comfort zone. Say hi to somebody you don't know. STEP is your opportunity to really practice that before the entire campus community comes back in the latter part of September. Also want to just encourage you all, as we would encourage you just in life, but to utilize your resources. There are a plethora of resources on campus, EOP chief amongst these, where you have the opportunity to really find the departments and units and the resources that are here specifically to help you not just succeed, but also to excel. It's almost like we had a training not long ago. It's almost like cable television, right? So we talk about like how, there's hundreds, if not 1,000 stations on cable television, but how many channels do we actually watch, right? So it's almost like that's the nature of like the resources. There are an abundance of resources. So it's really up to you all to take advantage of those resources, because they're here to really support you holistically. And last thing I want to say, just because it's kind of in the moment right now, one of the things that we really pride ourselves in as a campus community is our level of community and civic engagement. And so I know some of you may be turning 18. You may have the opportunity to vote for the first time. I'm not suggesting that you vote one way or the other, but what I am suggesting that we start the process of practicing being civically engaged. There will be voter registration campaigns, and we have some dynamic people that help to support that effort, so that you can start practicing being an engaged citizen. It's very, very important. And being in the university community, you have the opportunity to practice and try new things and branch out in ways that you perhaps never had thought of before. You may get turned on to something like, a class in Sanskrit, or, religious studies, or Black studies, or, environmental studies, whatever the case may be. So really, really follow your passions, and also keep in mind that, part of our responsibility as citizens and participants in this nation is that we be civically engaged. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Luther. I just wanted to give you a brief hello and congratulations, and we are sincerely and wholeheartedly looking forward to welcoming you in just a few days here on campus. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Aaron. While Aaron was speaking, I was going through and just seeing who was in the meeting, and I was holding back a big old smile because I would just look silly. But I'm super excited. I'm holding back smiles as I speak. I'm super excited to meet you all, and especially for you to meet the team. We have a wonderful team this year. EOP students, our peer mentors, and our student staff in the summer. They're all outstanding leaders on campus, academically engaged, socially engaged, like really, really good leaders on campus. And so let's jump in and meet them. Actually, first, we're going to meet our coordinators. I already introduced myself, but I'll pass it over to Jimmy, who serves as our residential coordinator.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Ojeda Pedraza. I am going to be serving as one of the residential coordinators here on STEP. I will be there almost all week, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I use he, him pronouns. I am super excited. I am not an alumni from UC Santa Barbara. However, I am super excited to be part of STEP. I think this is going to be a great time. The next person on the list is Rex Miller. Sadly, he is not here today. He will be another coordinator, amazing individual in his own right. But I will take this time to pass it over to another amazing individual, Dr. Tara Jones.
Good evening, steppers. Good evening, families. I'm Dr. Tara Jones. I coordinate academics for STEP during the summer, and throughout the year, I serve as an academic achievement counselor, and also I coordinate the African Diasporic Cultural Resource Center. I'm also responsible for the writing classes that you'll be taking during STEP, and also the Transitions Lecture Series. I'm responsible for coordinating that and supporting and training the facilitators for that. So we've been very planful in anticipation of your arrival, and I look forward to meeting you all very soon.
Thank you, Tara. Also on the list is our Assistant Director, Patricia Garcia, who's not here with us tonight, but she'll be with us next week, basically Saturday through Wednesday in the Res Hall. So you'll get a chance to connect with her. But let's jump into our student staff. That's who you'll have the most connection with, and we'll start with our team leaders.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bianca. I go by she, her pronouns. I am a pre-biopsych major, and I'm from the Bay Area, more specifically East Palo Alto. Something I'm excited for this year of STEP is getting to meet all the steppers and just seeing you guys get all comfortable with each other and make those really, really close friendships. It's truly the highlight of STEP, and I'm excited to meet everyone. So I'll pass it on over to Daphne.
Hello, everyone. I'm Daphne Barajas. I'm a third-year bio major, and I go by she, her. As Bianca mentioned, I'm really excited to meet all of y'all. But a fun fact, I met Bianca through STEP, and we are now roommates. So it's a really amazing program. And I'll pass it now to Alexia.
Hey y'all, my name is Alexia. I'm a third-year political science and theater double major, and I am really looking forward to meeting all of y'all. It feels just like yesterday that I was a freshman doing STEP, and honestly, I made the best connections here. Yinka, who's an RA, is also my roommate. I met her at STEP, love her, and honestly, STEP just creates so many great connections, and I can't wait for y'all to have that same experience.
All right. I just want to take a quick shout out to our program assistants. Those are our PAs who have been reaching out to you. So you were in one of their cohorts. So you either had Ravinder, Ashley, or Naila as your program assistant. They've been working all day, so they're not working right now for this meeting. And so, but you'll get a chance to meet them Saturday at the registration tables. And I'll pass it over to our RAs.
Hello, everybody. I'm Juan. I'm a third-year biological anthropology and sociology double major. I go by he, him pronouns, and I'm excited to meet all the steppers as well. It sounds like something we've all been saying, but it's true. I really am. Me and Bianca and Daphne, we were all from the same STEP class, and they're not lying. Like, I met all my roommates through STEP. Like, we all lived together. I kind of thought it was a little bit corny when they said that you'll make all your friends here, but it's true. Like, I still talk to most people from STEP. It really is a great program, and it helped me come out of my comfort zone a lot, and I hope it can do the same for all of you. And I'll pass it on to Cassandra. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Cassandra Garcia Serrano. I'm a third-year Chicano Studies and Sociology major, and my pronouns are she, her. And what I'm excited about for this STEP summer is to meet all of you guys. I'm looking forward to have fun and to see you guys and make those special connections, because like everyone like here, like we also met all like through STEP, and I made those special connections and a lot of friends and really good memories, and hope you guys do the same. And I'll pass it on to Luna.
Hi everyone, I'm Luna Santiago. I'm a third-year environmental studies major. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm from the San Fernando Valley. And I'm really excited to meet all the incoming freshmen and steppers. I know when I was coming into UCSB, I was really nervous about navigating through resources and stuff like that and meeting new people, and you'll definitely get a chance to do that. So I'm gonna pass it on to Yinka.
Hi, everybody. My name is Yinka. I'm a third year biopsychology major. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm from Tracy, California. What I'm most excited about, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but definitely to meet you guys and just excited for you all to experience this. Just like Daphne and Juan, I met my roommates from STEP and we are still besties to this day. Alexia is on the other side of this wall. And also for me and Cassandra, we were randomized step roommates, and here we are now working for ELP. So I'm just happy that you guys get to experience this, and I'm excited that you guys get to learn. And now I'm going to pass it on to Queen.
Hi, I'm Queen Allah. I'm a second year sociology major. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm really just looking forward to showing you guys like the best time possible. STEP is really like a singular experience, and like my whole like friend group I have like today, I met at STEP, and shout out to Luther, he's the GOAT, and like everyone here is really good. So it's a great experience, and I'm looking forward to everyone like getting the same opportunities I got to have. And I'm gonna pass to Hoel.
Hi everyone, I'm Joel Lopez, he, him pronouns. I am a sociology major, and I'm honestly excited to for us to show you guys like the resources you guys have here, and just see you guys find your community here, because I did for sure when I was a stepper last year. And yeah, I'm just excited to see you guys in person. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to Haley.
Hello, everyone. My name is Haley Villanueva. My pronouns are she, her. I'm from Kalinga, California, a small town in the Central Valley. And my major is, I'm a double major in English and feminist studies. I'm also a second year. And I'm most excited to meet all of you guys and see all the connections you'll be able to build through this great program. And yeah, I'll pass it on to Christine.
Hi everyone, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a third year sociology major and I'm from Los Angeles. I was supposed to be a stepper back in 2022, but unfortunately I got COVID, but I know it's a great program and I'm so excited to see everyone and have you guys excited to be here at UCSB. And now I'm gonna pass it on to Rajveer.
Hi everyone, I'm Rajveer. I'm a fourth year archaeology and linguistics major. I use pronouns she, her. I also did step in 2020 on Zoom. And it was during the pandemic, so it was a bit difficult, but I still found my own roommate through STEP. I'm excited for you all to have a more immersive, interactive experience in person, of course, and I can't wait for you to all meet each other. I'll pass it on to Sitlali.
Hi guys, I'm Sitlali. I'm a third year second brain major, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm from LA, and I worked STEP last year, and I had a great time and met a bunch of people. So I hope you guys have a similar experience. I'm gonna pass it back to Luther.
Thank you all. Thanks for the quick intros. Again, you'll be meeting them on Saturday. We'll go through another little brief intro for those our students who didn't make it today. But yeah, let's hop into the next slide. We're gonna go over the mission statement, and this is when I love to get a volunteer reader, someone who's ready to step out of their comfort zone and just unmute and read the mission statement. Y'all can react or raise your hand or just unmute and just introduce yourself really quick. And I mean the steppers, by the way. Yeah. Well, wait, I know it's a little nervy. It's all good. People are still trickling into the waiting room. Have any volunteers? I know some of y'all are considering it. I can see it. Someone's considering it. You're like, should I do it? Okay, I see the first person I saw is Karma raise their hand.
Hi, I'm Karma. It is the mission of the Summer Transitional Enrichment Program to aid in the retention.
Wait. Sorry, Karma, to interrupt. But where are you from? Where's your hometown? Where'd you go to high school?
I'm from Long Beach, California, and I went to Mayfair High School.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for that. Sorry to interrupt. Please proceed.
It is the mission of the Summer Transitional Enrichment Program to aid in the retention of incoming EOP students so that they may persist and continue on toward a 4-year degree at UCSB. STEP programming will assist participants in their transition to UCSB by cultivating a sense of belonging and community while instilling university standards and expectations in relation to scholarship, leadership, and citizenship.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Karma. And I really want to point this out. I'm kind of going off script right now. The students that attend STEP become leaders on campus. And one of the reasons we're talking about that today and at a high percentage. And so one of the reasons is because when you come back in the fall, you're going to be surrounded by students who are just getting there, who are just moving in. And many students in STEP who have participated in STEP, they will know a bunch of other people. So you're familiar with others, you know where to go on campus. And so you really become like an arm of EOP to help other students access those resources. And so just from having that knowledge, other students will start to perceive you as a leader. And so, students, they think of, many of us, we kind of think of being a first generation as maybe like from a deficit perspective, but actually you might not know it yet, but you have tons of cultural capital, navigational capital, and other types of capital. We'll get into that during STEP, that you'll use and that you'll use to become a leader and to have success. So just want to put that out there. And everything we do, like it's highlighted right there, everything we do creates a sense of belonging, and that's really why we really stick together during STEP. More on that in a second, but next slide, please. We'll get into the history. A very brief history. There's no way we can go over the entire 60-year history of EOP. So much has gone into it, but I just want to share with you, EOP has a very rich history at UC Santa Barbara. And so it was created in 1966. And so you think back to the type of things that were going on in the 60s. You had political volatility, much like right now. We had civil rights movements and a lot of student activism, much like right now, same thing. And we share this. Again, that does no justice to the history of EOP, but we share this because it's important to be aware that you're really a part of the EOP legacy. And so your opportunity next week is a result of countless hours of work by people who are now retired, people who have passed on, and other people like us who are still working to help first generation students succeed. STEP's format has changed over the years, but the mission has remained the same. It's to support students in their transition to UCSB while creating networks of support for students on our campus. And so again, everything that we do during STEP is directly related to creating those networks for you so that your transition is a bit easier than it would have been otherwise. All right. Again, many former STEPers, it was mentioned, many former STEPers work on campus, me included, in various roles. We have assistant deans, we have advisors, EOP counselors, education abroad, financial aid, SIS&T, even housing, pretty much almost every department that I can think of. And so you'll know, just from being a STEPer, you'll know who those people are on campus that'll have your back. Outside of campus, we have former STEPers who are current and former members of Congress. We have inventors, actors. One of our peer mentors was actually in the movie Twilight. He's one of the vampires. Judges, entrepreneurs, doctors, and more, right? So the network is huge. There's thousands of people who have gone through the STEP program. All right, next slide, please. We will go over the calendar in a second, but I wanted to mention the cohort model just really clearly. Jimmy, again, will go over this in a few minutes. But going back to the mission statement, STEP is all about creating community. Once again, during the program, EOP is responsible for your well-being and participation. And that's because you haven't fully matriculated into the university. So for that reason, all activities, events, and sessions are mandatory, and absences must be excused by either Jimmy, the residential coordinator, or myself, or one of the team leads. You can check in with one of the team leads who will coordinate that. students who like sneak out or are reported to have snuck out, or if they have excessive tardies, will be sent home, and we really have zero tolerance over that. Again, we are here to support you, and we are not authoritative figures. A lot of students wonder like what's your role like during the year? We're counselors. So Jimmy, myself, Tara, we are your counselors. And so again, we don't want to be authoritative, but we do have to protect the program. If something happens, something negative happens, this could jeopardize the future of STEP, right? And that would affect thousands of future students, and I'm not exaggerating. So for this 1 week, we ask you to please adhere to our guidelines and respect the EOP family. More details again will be covered on this during your first hall meeting on Saturday night. And so this might be a change for some students. You might have a lot of independence. And so in order to understand this, and I should say other students are completely fine. They, majority of students, it's not even a concern. But in order to understand this policy, it helps to know who we are and what STEP is. Again, we're people dedicated to helping first-gen students experience a successful transition into this campus. And STEP is a program designed to do just that. Plus, I want to add, STEP is almost 50 years old, so the program is proven. I think your generation would say it's goated. This program is goated at UCSB for sure. So please trust that we're not trying to stifle your freedom in any way. It's a wildly successful program model. All right. I should mention that although your courses that you take during STEP don't affect your GPA, infractions or violations can not affect your GPA, but they can affect your status as a UCSB student. So again, let's focus on why we're here and work together to have a great time, y'all. All right. I'll pass it over to Tara at this point to go over the academics component. Yeah, please take it away, Dr. Jones.
All right, so STEP academics will be pretty straightforward. So you all will be assigned courses in writing Monday through Friday. So some of you will have your course between 9 and 9:50, some of you between 10 and 10:50. So if you're not in a writing course during that time frame, you will have free time. You can use that time to do homework or other assignments, to take care of other needs. You can also use that time to speak with an EOP counselor if you have any needs. And so we're very excited about the writing instructors. They are the people who will be teaching your Writing 1, and some will also be teaching Writing 2 courses. And so we don't want you to stress over it. We don't want you to worry. You should have no anxiety related to anything that you are going to participate in, including the assignments. Now, with that said, a little bit of stress is conducive to productivity. So it's okay if you feel a little bit anxious about it, because we want you to take your courses seriously, but not to the extent that you're overly stressed, and that is not really our objective. The objective of having you do real writing courses, although they're curtailed with actual writing instructors, is to get you familiarized with university writing, because we understand that that is the foundational skill that you will need to be a successful student at UCSB, to master writing. And so we don't expect you to master university level writing in a week, but we believe that that exposure can help to demystify the writing process and the expectations. And it will also give you the opportunity to build relationships with the writing instructors. And it will also allow you the opportunity to participate in our ACE writing program in the fall or during the academic year, if you're interested. And so the second component of our academic program includes the Transitions Lecture Series. And so you will have a different lecture each day. I'm not sure if you all have received your calendars yet, but those topics are on the calendar for your review. But essentially the first day you will be participating in a lecture on the topic of emerging adulthood. So you'll learn from some of our veteran colleagues about the skills and mindsets that you will need to cultivate as you enter into this new phase of your new adulthood. So the second day, you will, the lecture, I believe, will focus on holistic wellness. And by holistic, we mean whole person. And so we'll have two different lecturers. One will touch on positive psychology, the science of happiness for those of you who are curious. And we'll also have a presentation by the person who coordinates the mental health peer program. And so you'll learn about mental health resources on campus and how to access wellness resources as necessary.
Excuse me, Tara. Sorry to interrupt. Alexia, mind going to the next slide, please? We're just on the next one. There we go. Okay, thank you.
Right. So we're talking about transitions. So the third day of transitions will entail, Luther, can you remind me of the third day presentation?
Third day will be academic skills with Jay.
Right. So you will have the fortune of meeting and getting to know and learning from two of the premier veteran professionals in our tutoring service, which we call CLASS. That actually stands for Campus Learning Assistance Services. And so Jay and Emma together will give you an overview of the academic skills, resources that are available on campus, and also the tutorial and academic support services. And then on the fourth day, that Thursday, you will have a small panel of undergraduate research program representatives on campus, and they will give you insights into how to get involved in research and the production of knowledge at the undergraduate level. And then finally, on that Friday, it will be a non-academic transitions seminar that will be entirely student and peer-led. So there will be no older folks like myself in the room, but you'll be with your peers and other student leaders to have real talk, and you can ask them questions that you perhaps would not ask a professional about campus life. And so following those lectures, you'll attend lunch, and following lunch, you'll participate in discussion sections. And so we've vetted volunteer facilitators for the transitions series, and also some of the the student employees who work with us will be co-facilitators. And so they will help you to have the experience of the full structure of university courses, which usually includes a lecture and an accompanying discussion section. So the discussion section will give you some time to discuss, to have discourse, to ask questions, and to clarify anything that is pertinent pertaining to the lecture or your overall transition into the university. And in order to participate, particularly in the writing class, I believe your assignments will be due through Canvas. So you should all by now have access to Canvas, and that also will familiarize you with Canvas as you will use throughout the academic year. So it'll be helpful to learn how to navigate Canvas early, and it will also provide you access to your course syllabi and other materials pertaining to the course, and also to the instructors. And then finally, we will be incorporating QLESS drop-in counseling. And if you are not familiar with QLESS, I encourage each of you to Google UCSB Q, letter Q, the word LESS. That will be an invaluable resource to you to be able to have drop-in, I guess you could call it, drop-in hours with various departments on campus, such as EOP, such as financial aid. I believe even the math department has a QLIS drop-in. But QLIS is a convenient way for you to access campus-related resources. And essentially, you would drop yourself in the queue. It's a virtual line that you don't have to wait in, but you would input your information, your contact, and express whatever need you have depending on the department's QLIS that you're accessing. And when QLIS is open in various departments, someone would get back in touch with you. And so for our purposes, you'll be dropping into the EOP QLIS on an as-needed basis during certain hours of the day. I believe it's 9 to 11
Yep.
a.m. And are there any other additional times, Luther?
Not yet. We might do Wednesday 7 to 9. But that we'll play that one by ear. Yeah.
Okay. So definitely, if you have any downtime between 9 and 11 a.m. and you wish to speak briefly with an EOP counselor, you can do that through QLIS. And again, the way that you access that is just Googling UCSB QLIS, and there you will find EOPs. And then, of course, during the academic year, QLIS operates on a more regular basis as one of the ways to contact us. So that is all I have to say about STEP academics. Again, it's not meant to stress you, it's meant to orient you. And so we hope that you will make the most of it and have a fantastic experience. And we are always here to support you as necessary. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you on Saturday, and thank you for your attention.
Yes. Thank you, Tara. We'll keep it going. I'll pass it right over to Jimmy.
All right. Hi, my name is Jimmy. Again, I'll be one of your residential coordinators for this year's STEP. We'll quickly go over some of the community guidelines, STEP policies, as well as UCSB policies. So one of the things that we want to reiterate is that we are a closed cohort model, essentially meaning that within the res halls, no one else within is allowed in that isn't associated with the program. So they either have to be steppers or staff or student staff or employees. Thus, if you have significant others or friends that are coming down, we love that they come to support you. However, they cannot come into the res hall because this is a closed dorm program. It again has to do with safety, and thus it's part of keeping this program itself kind of safe and from kind of things going haywire. Within that, there's also going to be other programs going on simultaneously within STEP. Our sister program, STTP, the Summer Transition Transfer Program, similar to STEP, however, it's geared towards students who are transferring from a community college to UC Santa Barbara. They will be also on campus. Again, it is a closed program, so even though they are part of a UCSB EOP program, they are still not allowed within our res halls. However, we are allowed to intermingle within basketball courts and volleyball courts. So if you want to show them who's boss on the volleyball court or basketball court, feel free to do that. However, again, they are not allowed within the res halls. Cool. Thank you so much. That also goes with other programs such as FSSP, another program that will be happening simultaneously with STEP. Cool. Going down to some UC Santa Barbara policies. These are just overall policies, not STEP specific, but things such as drug and alcohol use during the program is strictly prohibited. There is a zero tolerance policy for alcohol or drug use. It's pretty cut and dry. If we find anyone with the use of drugs or alcohol during the STEP program, we will ask them to leave immediately from the program, and thus we hopefully will not have that happen. But if that does happen, we do have policies in order to resolve that issue. Well, the same goes with harassment, sexual harassment, or any type of bullying. There is zero place at UC Santa Barbara for that type of behavior. If it happens during the program of STEP and we are notified of that, then again, we will take accounts of the incidents that happen and then work on a solution to do that. If incidents are found to be outrageous and some people is found to be kind of harassing another STEP member, then again, that is ground for immediately dismissal from the program. Hopefully that doesn't happen. However, these guidelines are in place to just keep everyone safe as well as the program. Cool. Some step-specific policies. So attendance. So as it was already mentioned, you will all be expected to attend some of these workshops, transitional sections, as well as lectures. We expect you guys to be there. However, if there is a reason and a good kind of justifiable reason in which you are not able to attend, maybe you are having a headache, maybe something else is kind of going on, that is a good justifiable reason, just let us know. Either let your RA know, myself or Luther know, and thus we could have a record, just so in case or in case someone is looking for you, we know where you are. We do take attendance at every single transition lecture, so please make sure you're there for all your lectures and your workshops. If you are not found to be there, then we will try our best to find you and try to locate you. Please, let's not make a goose chase out of finding you. If you have any questions on where to go, then of course ask us, but it should be pretty self-explanatory. Next one is going to be staff directions. This is a pretty straightforward one. Essentially, we ask you to follow our directions. I don't think we'll ever have you do anything that is outrageous or anything that we wouldn't do ourselves. However, we do ask for your cooperation. This program only really works out with cooperation of every single person involved. It really takes a team in order to make this step move, and thus cooperation is imperative in order to maintain the program and everything. Ooh, I do see that we have a hand raised. Yes.
For the week that we are at STEP, are we staying with others, or are we like in rooms alone? Or are we having like a roommate for the week?
Right. Thank you. Great question. I'll answer your question, but not to open up a Pandora's box. We will have a time for questions at the end. But just because, you brought it up, we will answer it right now. So everyone currently has a roommate. We do this because part of the step, and as you guys have heard from the student staff, you meet a lot of close friends. Some people have decided to live with some steppers outside of STEP during the academic year. And thus we think it's one of the main benefits of coming STEP, to making acquaintances, making friends, making connections with people that you might have never thought you might have made connections to. So yes, you will be living in the dorms. You will have a roommate. And hopefully your roommate will be, a lifelong friend, but no pressure if they're not.
Yeah, really quick, just to chime in, Jimmy. Thanks for answering that one. It's true, like not everyone is gonna be besties with their roommate, but we will help you kind of get used to that situation. Like we're gonna do some really awesome exercises that other people who don't attend like summer bridge programs might not do. So for example, we'll show you all how to initiate a conversation about roommate boundaries in a respectful way that's not awkward or that doesn't come off as like demanding, right? Because roommate boundaries are super important, right? So that's just one little example. We'll give you tips and tricks on how to keep things cordial. But like Jimmy said, hopefully you do find your one of your best friends. But yeah, it doesn't have to happen, right?
No pressure at all. Yeah, don't mean to oversell. Yeah, no pressure at all. The last thing I'll mention before passing it on to the team leads, and they'll explain kind of some overview of the events, are special accommodations. If you have any special accommodations, such as you are changing the date in which you're leaving the program, maybe you're leaving a little bit early due to kind of personal reasons, then just feel free to tell the program assistants, as well as if you have dietary needs, let the program assistants know if you have not already. Cool. And with that, I'll pass it over to the team leads, and they'll be going over some of the events that we have for you guys.
Sorry, I thought the slides were gonna change, but yeah, so for the steppers, a lot of it is gonna be out on the whim. We usually like go by ear, kind of come up with things that steppers might want to do. Like if you kind of want to just like de-stress a bit from the day, because the day is very long, it's very busy. We have like coloring, we can do yoga if you guys want to do yoga. We have sunset walks sometimes if enough people request it. We have sports too, like volleyball, basketball, if I'm not mistaken. Karaoke even, like we can play a movie for you guys. Like it's kind of like whatever you guys suggest. Like if you guys are like, I really, really want to do yoga, like we will pull those strings for you. Like, we'll really try to get you to do your yoga. But yeah, we just try to make it really fun for you guys. And yeah, I don't know if I'm missing anything. Team leads, if you want to add.
Yeah, we have like a beach day, I believe, on Wednesday or some day during the middle of the week. It's kind of like a chill day just to kind of like decompress from all the other things that you'll have going on during the week. So that's really fun. So bring your swimsuit, your towels, things like that. That'll be really nice to do. We also have a showcase later on in the week as well. I know if y'all don't remember, I said that one of my majors was theater earlier, and so I performed like a Hidden Figures monologue at the showcase when I did STEP. People performed scenes from like Victorious and like Euphoria. Like there was a bunch of stuff going on. It was really funny. People were dancing around. It was really nice time. So don't feel any pressure to do anything too wild. If y'all play any instruments of any kind, if you sing, anything like that, you can bring that and perform it in the showcase.
Nice, nice. Thank you, TLs, or Daphne, anything to chime in, or did they cover pretty much it?
They covered pretty much it. Like Bianca said, if y'all want anything, please let us know. We will make it happen. I know last year they wanted to do tie-dye, and we went to the store to get everything for y'all. So just let us know.
I saw in the chat really quick while they were speaking, someone asked about the rec center. Unfortunately, no, there's no access to the rec center. You will have so much access during the academic year, but the reason why is kind of goes back to the cohort model. Like if you were to get injured at the rec center, well, first and foremost, there's not a lot of time as you saw on the calendar. We're pretty busy, but in the morning and the evenings, it still is off limits just for liability purposes. Like the university won't let students go in there without being like a matriculated student. But yeah, I think during some of the downtimes when you explore campus, you can check it out, kind of go in the area, but they won't allow you to go inside. But yeah, let's go on to the next slide. Let's go over COVID-19 and safety really quick. I'm just gonna share a lot of info. Hopefully, please do follow along, just because it's important that everyone's on the same page as far as the protocol. So at the request of students, parents, and staff, and out of an abundance of caution, we'll be providing testing kits during move-in on Saturday on 8/24. Obviously, safety and wellness are a top priority for us. So when you arrive, all the participants will be given a COVID test in the parking lot and encouraged to take the test either at the parking lot or at their arrival location. So if you're taking the bus, before you get in the vehicle, we'll just ask that you do a quick rapid test. If negative, students can proceed with move-in and enter the UC vehicles for transportation to campus. If a student ends up being positive, you'll actually not be allowed to join the program and move into the rest hall. That's like the conference services protocol policy. So you will not be able to join the program, and will have to purchase a return ticket home or be taken home. So we do not want that to happen. So we encourage, if you're able to, we encourage you to test on Friday on the 23rd before making the trip to Santa Barbara, just to ensure that that return trip scenario does not happen. All right. So again, if you can, please test on 8/23 just to make sure it's all good, and then we'll just make sure that we get off to a good, like, healthy start on Saturday. I want to go over the information should you or your roommate feel sick. So if a student feels ill, well, I see the chat, the address, yes, it is in your congrats email. It should be in the move-in, but we'll go over that in the next section for move-in. So going over the testing plan should a participant feel sick. So yeah, if a student feels sick, they should notify their RA or team leader. If they're having COVID or flu symptoms, meaning like could be sore throat, it could be a headache that's not like due to lack of sleep or just like dehydration, something like that, but like flu symptoms, feverish, things like that, achy. The student will notify their roommate, so their roommate can wait outside of the room. So sorry, let me clarify that. So if you're feeling symptoms, notify your roommate so that they can kind of go into another area and just be away. So a staff member, when you contact the staff member will give the student a COVID test if it seems like applicable. And the student should take the test inside the room and wait 15 minutes before determining if it's negative or positive. So yeah, wait 15 minutes, and then after that, you would contact your RA to let them know what's going on. That whole process is confidential. Like we don't disclose who or even what hall if someone does test positive, that will remain confidential. So once the test is taken, if it's negative, you can head back with your roommate. If it's positive, here's the situation. So it's a little bit tricky. If a test does come back positive, the ill student should stay in their room and open their windows. Sorry, not stay in the room. They should open their windows and go to an outside location. Like that could be the lounge, it could be like right outside, and you're kind of playing the waiting game while your roommate is instructed to go in. We'll have masks if that is the case. So the roommate would go in with their mask, that's optional, and pack up their belongings and take all their stuff into either an outdoor location or the lounge, right? Which is right next to the lobby. So we want to, just to recap, the ill student opens the windows and leaves. The roommate comes in, grabs their items, and goes to like a common area, like that's outside of the room. Once the roommate who is well is in the formal lounge, or they're outside with all their belongings packed, the positive student, the student who is ill, may re-enter their room, and they should isolate until a parent or guardian can pick them up. If you drove yourself, you'd be able to pack up and drive yourself home. And then if you took a plane, like if you flew in or took a bus, you can Uber or Lyft to the airport or the bus station. The roommate will be assigned, the roommate who is well will be assigned to another room, and they'll be instructed to isolate for 24 hours to monitor their symptoms to make sure that they're okay. Right. So again, if you do test positive, you'll have 24 hours one day to make arrangements to head out of the rest hall. But ideally, it would happen as soon as possible. All right. Staff will monitor positive cases, and if additional positive cases are detected, we'll take further steps for safety. All right. Again, let's save some questions for the end. Let's move on to the next slide, which is move-in. All right, so move-in, 2 p.m. There's not a big reason to arrive super early. Like if you arrive before 1:30, there's like not much that is going to be going on. So please try to arrive like right before 2 o'clock. That would be great. Like if you arrive after 3:30, it's a little bit problematic just because it's a little bit of a rush to get to the next event. So try to arrive as closely to 2 o'clock as possible. Students who are taking public transportation, so the bus and the airport, our staff, our team leads, or our RAs will go and pick you up in a 12-passenger, like big white UCSB van. The staff will have your cell phone numbers, so please make sure that your cell phone numbers are accurate, the ones that you shared with your PAs. And so staff can call students for pickup if they can't find them. Before, like on Friday, maybe even as soon as Thursday, we're going to be sending out emails to all the students who are getting picked up to confirm their times and to make sure they know who's picking them up, and that's like all situated. There might be a case that your bus arrives at 11 a.m. and then like 8 other people arrive at 11:45. We might just wait till 11:45 to pick everyone up at the same time. So we don't want you to be waiting that long, but just a heads up, you'll get that information like within the next few days before Saturday about the time that your van should arrive. All right. Students who are being dropped off, I just wanted to acknowledge the parents and families. This can be an emotional time for families, and we definitely recognize that. We wish that we could invite everyone in together to stay for a welcome and maybe a meal on campus. However, hosting this virtual welcome, it allows for families who couldn't travel like on Saturday to Santa Barbara to still get the information and to learn more about the program. So that's why we do the virtual welcome now since we're post-COVID. We used to do it on campus, and that was kind of mayhem. There's a lot going on that day. So this is much more efficient. I should mention that for students that are being dropped off, parking, you have to have a parking permit on campus at all times. And so if you do park for any amount of time, like even if it's like 10 minutes, it is there is a charge, and there's kiosks to pay for parking. It's $4 for all day, so it's not that much, it's not that expensive, but still you will get a ticket if you were parked without a permit. For again, students that are being dropped off, that shouldn't really be an issue. If it's just drop off, it's all good. You're by your car. And then students that are driving their own vehicles, I wanted to share this link real quick to see if you can have it, or to see if you can access it. We'll be sure to send it out via email. But that is information surrounding how to park your own car if you're driving yourself and you're keeping your car on campus, right? So please refer to that and connect with your PA if you have any questions about parking on campus. No, you don't need a permit for a drop off if someone's in the car, but if you leave the car for any amount of time, there is a chance, small chance, but there is a chance that you can get a ticket for that. Cool. I'm just looking at the chat right there. Let's move on to the next slide, what to bring. We're almost done, y'all. Two more slides, and then we're gonna get into questions. So next slide, please. Oh, sorry about that. I go back one. Yeah, sorry, Alexa, I didn't see it. So what to bring to STEP, that PDF was attached to your congrats email or your acceptance email. So if you're looking for your packing list, please get started early. You don't want to be rushing Friday night trying to pack and staying up late like I do every single year when I'm packing at midnight. So yeah, refer to that sheet. And let's go to questions. I think that's it for the last slide. Feel free to raise your hand, and we'll just and if you can, put on your video so we can meet y'all. Seba.
So if we were wanting to drive ourselves up there, would it basically be that we park in that specific designated area that you provided in the Google document, but we have to pay every day that we're there, like a certain amount?
Correct. Yeah, it's it should be $8 a day, maximum. On weekends it is $4.
And do we have to like move our car, or like once we get the permit, can we leave it there?
Yes,
No.
yeah. So students who drive, that's a good question. It does say it in the frequently asked questions, but students who do drive themselves, you won't have access to leave. There's not really like time in the agenda for you to like leave or go anywhere, unless it's approved, like if it's a doctor's appointment or a special circumstance. But yeah, students will leave their cars in the lot.
Okay. Thank you.
I see. What if you can't make it by the set move-in time? Try your best to get there. If you are late, we will have staff back at the it depends on like what time, but if you are late, communicate that with your PA. Let them know the time that you're going to be arriving. All right. Let's feel free to unmute so like other steppers can hear the question too. I don't know if everyone's following along. So yeah, if we can take as many. Yes, Lorraine.
Now that we're getting an access card, is that the same one that we would have gotten orientation if we were there physically, or is that a different one? Because I did my orientation online and I don't have a card yet.
Oh, you're referring to the access card that's listed on the like what to bring to STEP?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. If you already got your access card during orientation, that is the same exact one. So no need to get a second one.
And then since I didn't get mine during orientation, I would need to get it during STEP, right? Or
It's not mandatory that you get it during STEP, but if you'd like to, that's optional. Yeah, you can get it during STEP.
Thank you.
Sure. Let's go over to Brandon. I see you.
Yeah, hello. Is there a way to find out who your roommate is?
No, you'll find out that day. That's part of the excitement. it used to be like that for the academic year, but I think in the last few years you're able to meet your roommate beforehand and touch base with them.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sure. Access card information can be shared there. It's you would go to the USEN on campus. I see that. Other questions about move-in or the program, any of the policies? Please don't be shy. What should we bring? That's all detailed in your acceptance email, so please refer to that. It's a PDF. Olympia, yes. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I saw Olympia enter the waiting room. Paris and then Seba.
I had a question about the pickup from the airport. So I you said it's better to be to come at 2 o'clock, but how early can the bus arrive back at the school?
Sorry, the pickup van?
Yeah, the van. It's like if we get into the early, is the van gonna take us back early or is it just gonna stay there?
Yes, good question. So I think we have a couple students arriving as early as like 8 a.m. So we will not make you wait all the way until like 2 to get picked up or even noon. So we will pick you up early and we'll bring you back to Santa Cruz Hall. And just a heads up, like you won't have a room key yet until move-in because another department takes care of the room keys. So you'll just like hang out in the common areas, like in our lounge or the lobby or just like directly outside. If you're like super early.
Okay.
And just so you know too, like the staff, we're gonna be going through our final preparations in the morning, so we won't be too available to like mingle and everything, just as a heads up. Just right before move-in, between like 11 and 2, we won't be too available. Let's go to hey y'all, I know it's probably not as efficient, but please let's try to refrain from the chat. Like let's so that everyone can hear it at the same time. Like let's just unmute. So Seba and then Monique.
For like the food situation, is all the food that like our meals going to be covered by STEP, or is it coming from like our meal plan?
Yes, it is covered by STEP. It is not anything to do with your meal plan. It's all free, covered by STEP. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you want to bring some spending money to get like Uber Eats or DoorDash, whatever it is, like after hours, you can do that too. Little midnight snacks. And then Monique, did you go?
No. Hi. I was wondering about, because for move out, it's early in the morning, right? So what if you have a flight later? Will you just get dropped off like at like 10 a.m.?
Yes, unfortunately, we have to all be out by 10 a.m., staff included. So we would drop you off early in the morning, and unfortunately, you would have to wait at the station.
Okay. And I was also wondering, is there anything we need to fill out for financial aid and stuff?
For STEP specifically, no. If you have pending documents through financial aid, definitely contact them. You can look at my aid status. But as far as STEP, no financial aid documents required. Let's go to Bless and then Maria.
Hello. So I wasn't able to do the writing test. Is there a possibility I'd have a chance to complete it during STEP?
Good question. The CWP, let me check in with one of the writing instructors. We weren't gonna do it this year. There's another chance to do it in September. And so we might just ask students to wait for that because if you already have your class schedule and you're not in writing 1 or 2 and you're not planning on taking it, I would just say take it in September during the September dates because you won't be needing a placement for this fall anyway. You'll get your placement and then you could take writing 1 or 2 in winter quarter or spring.
Thank you.
Maria and then back to Seba.
Hello. So for us that are getting there earlier in the morning, would we be able to walk around campus or do we have to stay in the hall?
Good question. If you get there early, you can definitely walk around. We just ask that you be back by 2 o'clock for move-in.
Okay, thank you.
And Seba?
Are there like times in the days where we're like we have like times between our workshops and between our classes to like walk around or see like other parts of like campus and the other different centers that are offered on campus. Like, for example, if we wanted to talk to financial aid or get some like academic counseling, are there like those gaps of times where we are able to do so? Because I'm a little behind the process of like coming to UCSB, especially with having my orientation on Zoom and not really like knowing much about the school or what it is that I'm supposed to like have done for the school year. Like I know a lot of people are talking about like testing, but I wasn't even like informed about all those in the following. So I was wondering like what are the options or limitations of what we can like get done on campus during this week?
Good question. If it's like necessary, like to do like through orientation, advice, like your advising day, was it today? Did you have, or yesterday on the 19th, did you do advising day yesterday?
No, I did not.
Okay.
It said when I was looking at like the signups, it said that academic advising was only if you didn't attend orientation like online.
Got it, got it. So yeah, I should say that yes, if it's necessary for you to visit like any department, you can go. Early on in the week on Sunday, there's a lot of time to explore campus, and so like Sunday is like a big down day, like downtime. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I should say like Monday and Tuesday, there's not a lot of time, and we actually try to like have students refrain from visiting some of the campus departments because we have them actually coming to us in the evenings for like drop-in. We have financial aid coming in. We have some College of LNS advisors coming in to the rest hall in the evenings. And then Thursday afternoon and Friday afternoon, those are times where you'll be able to go visit campus departments to get advising, financial aid, submit documents, things like that. There was another student who asked if like someone had a job interview. Yes, you can be excused for that. Talk to your RA. We'll do a departure form, and that'll be all good. And then there was someone else that mentioned something about gosh, I totally forgot. But if you haven't gotten your question answered, please do. Please do ask. Let's go to Nelson and then Megan.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So you spoke about what students should do if they arrive super early. What about the other end of the spectrum? So much later than move-in time, like let's say maybe anywhere from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, if you arrive that late, we would you would miss like the step welcome. Like we're gonna do like a welcome for everyone in a lecture hall. And then you would miss like the group photo and possibly dinner. Dinner is gonna start like at 6 that evening, or actually between 5:30 and 6:30. And so you would get to the rest hall, and we would either have you stay in your room and hang out until everyone got back, or if it's early enough, one of our staff members would walk you to where everyone is.
Okay, thanks. And one more thing, just to let you know, the PDF or the movement or the packing list PDF is attached to the Google form, not the email. And since the Google form is closed right now, none of us can access it. So just to let you know.
Oh, that's strange. Okay, it shouldn't be attached. Was anyone else able to access it? The PDF? Or is it same issue for everyone? Cool.
It comes with the email, because the Google form sends you an email of your replies, and at the bottom of it is the PDF.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you're
Okay.
Oh, that's useful.
Nice. Thank you so much, Lauren. Let's go to Megan and then Madeline.
Hi. Sorry, I didn't know how to raise my hand. I had put in the chat. But if we know what dorm we will get during the academic year, will we be able to visit that at any time during the week that we have a step?
Good question. It's not very likely because some of the other dorms are closed. Santa Rosa Hall will be open, San Nick Hall will be open. But in order to visit those, you would need to either go with like a partner or with one of your RAs. Just to check, like the access is limited during the summer to get in. But if it's off campus, then no, like if you're in Santa Catalina or Trop Gardens, those off campus residence halls, we wouldn't be able to visit those. But if it's the Chi 5, like Anacapa, San Nick, San Miguel, Santa Cruz, you'll be in Santa Cruz actually. or San Miguel, then you're good. Also, San Rafael and Manzanita are on campus, but it's a little far, so we'll have to kind of play that one by ear. And I would ideally like to wait until like Wednesday or Thursday, or even Sunday, during the time where we're exploring the campus.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, sure. Madeline and then Abraham.
Hi. My question was, so when we get dropped off like between 2 to 3, do our parents have to stay afterwards during this welcome thing, or can they leave after like we get our testing done and all that?
Yeah, good question. They can leave. They can go get lunch downtown Santa Barbara on State Street. There's a few spots I'd recommend, so have them check in with me. But yeah, there's not, and there are no events or activities for the parents. So you can say your goodbyes and then they can head out.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure, sure. Abraham and then Hui.
Hi. Hi. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Is there like a because it's not lighting up, so I'm just okay. Is there like a curfew, like a time you got to be back at the dorm at the end of each day?
Yes. There is a curfew. Most of the time we're kind of like all hanging out in the evening after dinner, like during RA activities. But lights like be back on in your hall, like, or in your room. Like on your hall, like 10 p.m. in your room, like 11 p.m. There's lounges where you can hang out in the evening, but by 11 people are usually like kind of like in their rooms or are hanging out. On the weekends, like after the dance on Friday night, we'll extend that time. And so yeah, we understand like 11 o'clock is really early for a lot of people, obviously, like that's like when people are just waking up. So we know it's a little bit early, but trust me, it's a long week and it's early morning sometimes. Like with the writing class, if you have a 9 o'clock, breakfast starts at 7:30, like 7:30 to 8:30. So if you want to get breakfast, you got to kind of be up pretty early. So yeah, just recommended. It's recommended that you're on your hall by 10 and then lights out not lights out, but like in your dorms by 11. All
Okay,
right.
thanks.
And Hui?
Hello, would the financial aid and scholarship department be open on Sunday?
No, they're actually closed, and I actually got word that they're going to be closed a few days during the week of STEP. But Wednesday night of STEP. You can fact check me, but I believe it's Wednesday night of STEP. The Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships will be in, like, they're going to come to us, so we don't have to go to their department. 3 of their advisors will be there for drop-ins, and so you can ask questions there.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Sure, sure. If you don't get your questions answered there, you'll have an opportunity Thursday afternoon and also Friday afternoon to go over to the department. All right. Murad?
Hello. I was also having trouble finding the move-in list because I linked to the original email with the form and I couldn't find the move-in list. And then the first email we got, and then there was like another email with like a corrected link, and that one didn't have it either.
Got you. What I'll do is I'll send it out to all STEP so that everyone has that info. Is there any other like the calendar, the move-in list, and then put in the chat if there's any other information that you'd like to send out, and we'll send it out to the whole program. All right. Kimberly and then Cynthia.
Hi, my question is, will we be able to go outside UCSB campus and explore Santa Barbara?
Good question. Unfortunately, no. During STEP, we all stay on campus just for a liability issue, and then transportation. Years ago, like way back in the day when I did STEP, they had us go on a bus to the mall, which was really cool. But honestly, like there's gonna be so much time to explore. We'll like during STEP, we'll give you like tips on where to go, like hangout spots that are off campus. Again, like I mentioned, I'm born and raised in Santa Barbara, and I love playing tour guide and like recommending spots. So yeah, just hit us all up for different recommendations. All right. Good question. And I love the plants, by the way. I sent you a DM. I was like, hey, you're chilling in the backyard. Cynthia and then Olympia.
Hi. So on the calendar, I saw that we have time to study and like downtime. I was wondering if the library will be open during that time or no.
Yes, the library will be open. I have to double check on certain room hours, but yeah, during STEP, the library will be open. However, it's kind of far from the res hall, so we have we have devices. We have like a mini little computer lab. So if you'd like to study there, that's cool. If you have your own device, you can study in your room or in the common areas.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, sure. Olympia.
Hello, I was wondering, at what time or like what day we could like walk around the campus and then know the shortcuts to get to the classes during school time.
Yes, a good day to do that would be Sunday to explore. Like, there's a few hours dedicated to exploring campus. You're also gonna do like this fun scavenger hunt. It uses an app and it's like through UCSB. Like UCSB has its own app that where they do like scavenger hunts. So you'll be very familiar within just like the first couple of days with the campus. Right. So yeah, Sunday would be good. And then honestly, like every day we're walking around all the time. So by the end of the week, like the campus will shrink for you. It won't seem as big.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, sure. And yeah, we can stop sharing the screen. Alexia, thank you. Last few questions. We're a little bit over time. Bianca's hitting up the chat. I'm trying to think of other things I would like to share. Oh yeah, Seba.
Okay, so this is maybe more of a like a personal question, but I was just gonna use like this time to ask it now that we're all here.
Awesome.
But how would it work if I needed to leave a day early? So, for example, my mom and I have this family thing that she has scheduled where we kind of like leave Friday night. So I would still be able to be there like most of the week and be there for most of the activities. It's just like midday Friday, I would have to leave. And I was just wondering, how would that work?
Yeah,
Because I know you were like, you guys can, and like we can like work through accommodations. But I was wondering like how to like gain further elaboration on that and accommodations for that because I'm going to be like need to leave a little early.
yeah, no, thanks for the heads up. Early on, or at least by Wednesday, just make sure to connect with your RA to do an early departure form so they know. If you're getting picked up, it's nice and easy. If you need a ride to one of the stations, then we'll have to coordinate that.
Okay. As of now, I'm like debating if I should just drive or take the train. So I'll like keep you guys posted with emails.
Yes, if you decide to take the train, please let your PA know by like ideally tomorrow night, Thursday at noon at the latest, because they have to compile some things and we have to shuffle who's picking up who and when.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Got it.
Yeah. I saw a question in the chat, like the packing list towels. Yes, bring your own towels. Bring a few towels. I would say like minimum 3. Laundry is now, I'm hearing rumors that laundry is free to do. Used to be like pretty cheap, like a couple bucks. But there are washers and dryers in the rest hall, so you can wash all your stuff. I still would recommend bringing like a trash bag for your dirty clothes. And what else? What else? Pillows. Yes, bring your own towels and pillows and bed sheets, blankets. Like you don't want to be like using the rest hall extras. Oh, Kimberly, I see you.
Sorry, I got disconnected, but I wanted to ask just in case, because I might have missed it. So during orientation, the 2-day thing, I was really unprepared for the overnight thing, and I kind of underpacked, and I wanted to ask tips for maybe some of the people who have already done it, for specifically for the shower situation.
Yes.
Like any recommendations, or I know somebody says shower shoes, so I'm writing stuff down. So like if you have any more.
100% shower shoes. Like don't not bring shower shoes or sandals. But I'll pass it off to the team. What do y'all recommend? I have a bunch.
Yeah, I can answer for you. I'm a bit of a clean freak, but I would suggest bringing a shower caddy, shower shoes for sure. You do not want to be stepping on those dorm floor restrooms. You really don't. I would bring all your hygiene stuff like shampoo, face, like everything you need, like for your hygiene needs. And for the most part, we do suggest that you bring your own supplies, like for the towels and stuff. Because although we might have a limited supply, it's very limited to begin with, and you really, like Luther said, you really don't want to be using them. Like, so I would bring most of your own stuff that's on the packing list. And if need be, we do have washing machines and they are free now. So that's very nice.
I would like to add, sorry, Luther, um, for like a towel that has like Velcro on it, so you can just like stick it because it is communal bathrooms, and like personally, like I don't want my towel to fall down. So like yeah, so I recommend that. I also recommend like sheets if you want to bring a mattress topper, like go for it. Just know like you're gonna have to take it back, bring it. Also, for me, when I was doing stuff, thought it was embarrassing coming with a luggage. No, it's not. It really is not embarrassing. Come with two if you need to.
Yeah.
I came with a big one and then a carry-on, so just
Yeah.
letting y'all know.
I literally brought 3 carts to move in. I overpacked so much stuff, but it came in handy. Just remember, it's better to have something than not have it. So take that lightly if you need to.
Yeah, definitely bring your laptops if you have a device. You won't need a bike or a skateboard, anything like that. Any other items?
Can I go back to the bedding situation?
Yes.
My daughter will take the plane. I mean, that's not possible to get the whole sheets and pillows. And I mean, you are, limited. It's a domestic flight. You cannot,
Oh, yes.
right? So I understand towels, that's, each, whatever is personal items. But
Yeah.
for bedding, will we not there provided that? I mean, or what do you mentioned sheets and stuff like that?
Yeah, in the room, there's a special circumstance. So in the room, there is a small blanket. It's gonna be hot all week. We're looking at really nice weather, so it's not gonna be cold, but there's a small blanket and a small pillow. But I would suggest for any student in that situation, and actually for all students, if you forget something that's like very necessary that you need it, like emergency only, and I would say for your son or daughter, that would be a situation that would be emergency status, like not being able to bring it on the plane. We will have a Target run the first night. So we always say, like, we always joke and we're saying like, don't add Takis or like, snacks to that list. But if you forget a pillow, if you forget toothpaste, something that you really need, we'll do a Target run for your daughter. We'll approve that. Like we'll know. And so if you can download the Target app, and then that day during move-in, she can put a cart together of the things that she needs to buy at Target. And then one of our staff members will drive to Target that night probably between 8 and 9 p.m. And they'll be able to go pick up the items that were in that cart.
So we are talking about bedding, right? I mean, that will be the same situation to bring them back, buying something so she can live there because she will not be able to bring it back, right? The same situation is going when you go there, like you came home, right? So
that's true. That is true, yes.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. So there is at least a blanket because I mean a sheet is not taking a lot of place, but I mean it's and the pillowcase at that point,
Yes, a pillowcase would be great. And then the sheet, like to go around the mattress.
Yes.
Keep in mind, I think it does say on the packing list, it is a extra long mattress.
No, Excel.
So yes.
I guess like all the beds, the dorms. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the question. Seba?
Are the mattresses uncomfortable? Be honest.
I sleep like a rock. I sleep well, so I'll let someone else. Yeah.
I'm very
Yes.
needy and picky.
Ooh.
Bring a mattress topper if you can. If you really can. If you can't, I'm sorry, but bring a mattress topper. I have 2 on my bed right now. Like I'm not doing I have 2. Please
it
bring a
that bad?
mattress topper. It's not that bad. Like I said, I'm just very picky and uncomfortable. Like I like to have my things a certain way. but if you can bring a mattress topper, I would suggest it.
Personally, for a week, I feel like y'all can survive. It's just a week. But during the school year, bring it because you do not want to start getting back problems. Like, bring it.
Right.
Right. Plus, you're not going to spend a lot of time in the rooms. It's mostly just to get changed, get your life together, and then you're going to be right back, like talking with steppers, having fun. So, yeah.
I just want to acknowledge that it's almost 8 o'clock. We should, our staff should probably head out pretty soon, but I'll stick around and answer a couple questions. I actually have to head out in a little bit too, but yeah, let's start transitioning. If you don't have further questions, we're really excited. I'm super excited. It got dark on me in here. I'm in the dark, but I'm ready to meet y'all and link up this Saturday. I'm excited to show you around campus and all the beautiful spots and just make you feel that you belong at UCSB and that's your new home, right? Like right next to the ocean. So yeah, can't wait to see that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and hang out here. Staff, if you'd like to, you're welcome to hang out. But if you need to go, then yeah, y'all can go. Thanks everyone. I'll go ahead and stop the recording also.
Bye. It was nice meeting